They first met 8,107 days ago. It's UConn and Notre Dame once again for a spot in the national championship game. Traveling violation against Dangerfield. This is meeting number 7 all-time in the NCAA tournament. Notre Dame won the first meeting 17 years ago to the day in the 2001 Final Four. Then they won the next 2. UConn has won the last 3 meetings in the tournament. Gabby Williams slicing through the defense. Mabry. Loose to Jessica Shepard.
Actually saw strength on the last 2 possessions, right? Gabby Williams' quickness gives her an advantage on the offensive end against Shepard. Shepard's strength and power gives her an advantage for the Irish when they're on 0.
Jackie Young runs it down. Mabry against the smaller Crystal Dangerfield.
Last 2 half-court possessions, Connecticut has looked a little bit confused going against the Notre Dame's defense. You saw travel and then a turnover trying to pass it inside.
Williams recovered it. Nurse misses. Ogunbowale. Dangerfield had a huge game in the Elite 8 with 5 3-pointers. The winningest coach in the history of the NCAA tournament, Gino Auriemma, the Hall of Famer, an 11-time national champion.
As nervous as I've seen him in a Final Four situation at shoot-around this morning, in terms of being a little bit anxious. Obviously has supreme confidence in his players as Kia Nurse knocks that down, but had a great deal of respect for Notre Dame and what these players on the offensive end have the ability to do.
Notre Dame 3rd in the country in scoring. UConn is 1st. What a pass by Samuelson to Nurse. Missed twice. Collier cleans it up.
Both of the coaches this morning in shoot-arounds were talking about the importance of getting defensive rebounds for that reason.
There's the AP and ESPNW National Coach of the Year. Approaching 800 wins at Notre Dame, Muffet McGraw. Crowd wanted to travel on Mabry, but Lisa Jones said she put the ball on the floor before she landed with those 2 feet, so no traveling there.
That was a precursor to a heck of a dime thrown by Marina Mabry in traffic.
Notre Dame still in this 1-3-1 zone. Connecticut has missed from the perimeter, and Notre Dame's been really good when it's become a half-court game.
The crux of the game is this. Notre Dame, the weakness in comparison to UConn has been on the defensive end. If they can do what they've done pretty good in the first 3.5 minutes, that's consistently guard UConn in the half court, limit them to 1 shot, that gives them a chance to pull the upset.
Jackie Young buries it.
Young's ability to hit the mid-range jumper is important too, because much like the way Katie Lou Samuelson played defense against South Carolina, she has really snuffed off Jackie Young.
McGraw told us that because of their injury situation and their depth, oftentimes in the first half, they don't come out and play as aggressive on defense because she wants to wait and see what kind of foul trouble they're in the second half. Not the case tonight. They have come out swinging. No worries tonight. They are swarming UConn.
Notre Dame averages just 12.5 fouls per game. That's the seventh fewest in the country. That has been a big key to keep a lot of these players who play extended minutes on the floor during the season.
They simply cannot afford foul trouble, especially at the guard position.
Samuelson. Williams.
And that's the shot that Notre Dame will concede. They're going to concede that to Gabby Williams.
Mabry for three. When Mabry got back to cover Nurse, Nurse had it stripped. Ogunbowale to Young. UConn had not trailed in the first 4 games of the NCAA tournament. A block by Young. Notre Dame lighten it up on defense to start.
That was actually a retreat. Jim Foster was a mentor to them both. They both worked for him at different times, and one of those retreats, that picture will live in infamy forever.
Jim Foster, of course, the longtime head coach at Ohio State here in Columbus. Westfeld draws the foul. A cold shooting start for UConn.
But one of the things you need in order to beat Connecticut is for them also to miss some open looks.
Yeah.
And this is a Connecticut team that against South Carolina, granted the threes were a lot more open than they are tonight, but started that game 9 of 10 from 3 in the first half. Right now, Connecticut 0 for 6 from the three-point line.
The Ohio native Catherine Westfeld puts Notre Dame up by 9.
You wonder if the scoring woes continue, Rebecca, how long it takes for Azurá Stevens to enter the game. A matchup dilemma for Notre Dame on the offensive end. She was excellent down the stretch in their only meeting this season.
And where she's really good is in the paint area, and that's what the part that might be open against the zone. Pinch post, low block.
Jackie Young just picked up her first foul. Nurse for 3. Samuelson will try it after an 0 for 7 start. Young, in and out. Shepard had it knocked away by Williams. Samuelson will pick up the foul.
Notre Dame seems very comfortable. They seem very confident. That's not a surprise to any of us, but a lot of teams that face UConn have an issue with belief, and that's not an issue for the Irish. They believe and they feel like they can go toe-to-toe with this UConn team, and it's showing here in the first quarter.
Not only that, they're in the Final Four, and there's no nerves.
Collier. Good pass by Samuelson. That's a tough feed by Westfeld into the pocket for Shepard.
And the spacing for that was set up by the face guarding of Marina Mabry and Arike Ogunbowale. So excellent job by Notre Dame to exploit that open space and get Shepard a one-on-one on the block.
A step of Dangerfield got her a good look. Williams met by Westbeld. Jump ball. It'll be UConn ball. The NCAA Men's Final Four begins Saturday on TBS at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific, with 3-seed Michigan and 11-seed Loyola for the spot of the national championship game on the line. For more info, go to ncaa.com. Azare Stevens checks into the game for UConn for Williams and promptly commits a foul.
That wasn't her fault. That was a poor impact.
Yes, yep.
And she ends up getting the foul, but that was just a
Stop
bad
the
pass.
break, essentially, right? Kind of had to in no man's land. Here's Young. Boy, has she improved big time over the course of the second half of the season. Dangerfield's open. Those were the shots that she was making against South Carolina. Young on the drive, already with 8.
And after making the shots early, the defense has to run at her, and so what does she do? Put it on the floor and go by.
Oh, ooh, a lot of contact there. Mabry hit the deck hard. A foul against UConn.
Watch the top of your screen on the bump. Yeah. I mean, that was a nice, her brother Darnell. And nice cross check there.
Well, that would have been 2 minutes.
Yeah, no penalty box.
Jackie Young is on fire to start the night.
Much like the first game, the others stepping up. Jackie Young being big offensively for Notre Dame.
Picked by Young. Samuelson. Ooh. Collier going high for that rebound. Draws the foul.
Collier's been posting up strong, and there have been moments when she's been open, but it's a short moment. And Connecticut has to see it right away and try to get her some easy touches because their perimeter game is not on.
Stevens the offensive rebound. The foul on Westbeld on the previous play. Shot clock is off. One second left. Samuelson knocks it down. Big time buzzer beater for UConn. Just 5 titles and an Oscar behind you. No big deal, right, Holly?
Absolutely. No pressure.
I want to go back to something that Holly asked Muffet McGraw about. That zone defense. So far, UConn struggling shooting the ball. I guess Notre Dame could stay in that a little bit longer.
They can stay in it as long as Connecticut still has difficulty hitting the three-point shot, and that's what has been the case so far.
When you look at the 2 threes that Connecticut has made, and they've both been by Katie Lou. One was off an offensive rebound. You see Azare Stevens sky and finish through contact. What a play. And one was a tough 3 that Katie Lou made at the end of the quarter. So I think that Notre Dame's done a pretty good job of limiting opportunities from beyond the arc for Connecticut.
Gino Ariema told us an interesting story that occurred 17 years ago to the day when these 2 teams met for the first time in the NCAA tournament, the 2001 Final Four. He told us that Notre Dame played almost all zone in that game, but UConn was making shots in the first half. They kept wondering, when is Notre Dame going to get out of the zone? They almost got out of the zone, but they stuck with it, and Notre Dame ended up winning that game. Gino Ariema's memory, pretty good considering that happened nearly 2 decades ago. A traveling violation on Azare Stevens.
Well, one thing I think to track if you're UConn is what is the success of the offensive possession when we've gotten the ball to the free throw line area. Typically in a zone, you have a high degree of success when you get it there. Tonight, UConn has had turnovers. They've had missed shots. They haven't been efficient when the ball's reached the paint.
And
Westfield in traffic knocked it out of UConn.
Connecticut's best player at the free throw line area back in the game. That's Gabby Williams making the decision whether to go high-low on a pass, or she's terrific off the drive.
Ogunbowale, just a little bit of space. Williams with a great pass to Nurse, but she missed the easy one. Stevens is there. Samuelson to steal. Williams. And the lead is down to 4. Timeout.
Legends. And in fact, Katie Lou Samuelson and Nafisa Collier were freshmen when those 3 players were seniors. And they talked this week about the pressure they felt as freshmen. They didn't want to be the ones that were the reason why that group didn't win a 4th straight.
Double dribble on the grad student, Christina Nelson. Look at these low percentages in terms of the time of games that UConn has trailed all year. Notre Dame and Texas were the 2 teams that really gave UConn all they could handle. Those were the 2 games that have been decided by single digits this year. Katie Lou Samuelson starting to get going.
It's interesting to be in the huddle with Gino Oriema right now. He is so calm. The things that he's talking to his team about are hands up on defense. Look at the kids on the line. Every single person with their hands up. But then when you get the rebound, you go fast. He wants them sprinting down the floor quicker in transition, just like this. We'll see if they can capitalize.
Williams to Stevens. She'll have a chance at the line for the lead.
One of the things Gino Oriema said before the tournament is when he's coaching his team, his thought is, what do they need from me right now? And especially in these moments when nerves might be running high and you've been struggling for part of the game, what do they need from him in huddles and timeouts? A calm presence.
You can see these Notre Dame Fighting Irish in action as part of the Frozen Four's 2nd semifinal from St. Paul, when it's Wolverines and Notre Dame. Thursday at 9:30 Eastern on ESPN2 and the ESPN app. Visit NCAA.com, the home for all 90 NCAA championships. Young ends a 13-0 UConn run. Stevens knocks it down. She's got 7 in the quarter.
Since she's been inserted into the game, UConn's fortunes have changed in this one. And one thing Gino Oriema told us in the NCAA tournament at the start of it was the most important player for UConn to win a national championship was Azurá Stevens. And you can see the impact she's had already.
Shepard already has 8. Those last 2 were the most difficult of the bunch. Stevens draws a Nelson foul.
Her length poses problems. We've seen it on the defensive end where she's been big and caused a couple turnovers by Notre Dame, and then here on the offensive end, so long. And she's improved her post-up game so much, even just from the beginning of the season till now. She's a force to be reckoned with in the paint.
Azurá Stevens left Duke after the 2015-16 season, after the Blue Devils had missed the NCAA tournament. Rare to see UConn take a transfer, but this has been a very impactful one. Williams, Nurse, Samuelson, Stevens, and Collier. The lengthiest lineup that UConn can put out there. Oh, Shepherd is having a monster NCAA tournament. Samuelson. Into the hands of Williams.
Offensive glass has been a difference for Connecticut.
Well, guys, Gino Auriemma knew that Azurá Stevens is a great mismatch problem for Notre Dame, and he said, you know, the problem with that, though, is if I have her on the floor, who am I taking out of my lineup? We saw Nafisa Collier just sit a long time, so now he's put her back in the game, and this is what they would call their extra big lineup. In football, we'd call this the jumbo package, but I don't think the ladies will like that. But it's hard, because now he doesn't have his real ball handler, Crystal Dangerfield, on the floor.
And he's minus a three-point shooter without Dangerfield, so he has large and then supersize.
Yeah.
But the offensive rebounding is where you make your money at the big lineup. Double digits in offensive rebounding for UConn. We don't see that a lot because, frankly, they don't miss as many shots.
Stevens getting it done here in the second quarter. And how about that offensive rebound from Gabby Williams, skying high. Williams gets fouled by Mabry. Shepherd comes back in for Nelson for Notre Dame. UConn trailed by as many as 13 in the first quarter. Here's Williams. UConn has its largest lead at 3.
Toggling between zones to give Notre Dame different looks. Now on a 2-3, Connecticut.
Ogunbowale. Stevens battled Westfeld for that rebound. Williams finishes. She's got 8 in the quarter.
Last possession, Jess Shepherd was working hard and had opportunities where she was open but did not get a touch. She has been so good. Here it is, high-low.
Denied on the inside. Samuelson.
The length of Azurá Stevens. We talked about how that was a game changer for UConn on the offensive end. Well, it is on the defensive end as well. Notre Dame was making a living in the paint before she entered the game.
Early on in this game, when Connecticut was in the man-to-man, helping off of Jackie Young, she was a star. And now, as you've talked about, them Connecticut going back and forth in the zone, Notre Dame just struggling to find those easier looks.
UConn has a 7-point lead. In 3 minutes and 14 seconds of game time, Maria, Andy, and Nell will have our Northwestern Mutual halftime report. We'll break down the first 20 of this national semifinal, and we'll talk with the winning head coach of the first semi, Vic Schaefer. His Mississippi State Bulldogs picked up an overtime win over Louisville in the first semi. A jump ball will give it to Notre Dame. Stevens on the back door to Samuelson, and now UConn's rolling.
What a dime. UConn is now plus 15 with Azure Stevens in the game.
Man, those players can sure pass the ball.
I know I should have grabbed your assist totals before this tournament started. Research, get on that, please. Thank you. A foul against Notre Dame. The shoulder went down for Jackie Young, and she picks up her second.
You're Notre Dame, you're just trying to find a way to make it into halftime.
Yeah.
And this has been a dominant run by Connecticut.
Three-second violation here against Connecticut. And this is a 22-point swing already in this first half.
Kerry, you and I talked about it at the break of the first time out. What were the adjustments that Gino Auriemma was going to make? Well, Connecticut came out, stopped just settling for threes, looked to get the ball to the free throw line area, put Azure Stevens in the game, and all of those things have made a difference.
Nelson. Westbell got the offensive rebound. Shepard. Blocked by Gabby Williams. Collier. Then Notre Dame stopped the bleeding. Williams again. Ogunbowale left it short. What a turn here in this first half. Williams missed it. Notre Dame needs a bucket in a big way. Good patience by Westbell. And a good pass from a post. Jessica Shepard with the assist. Collier well defended. But Shepard landed awkwardly. Looks to be in a little bit of pain. Jessica Shepard has been slowed by ankle injuries for a good chunk of this year. Oof, just a little bit of an awkward landing there. Azure Stevens might have gotten a little banged up in there as well. That was a tough play. Shepard came off the floor. There's Williams to Stevens. Oh, what a rebound by Ogunbowale. The shot clock is off. Arike gets the friendly roll. Final seconds. It's Nurse. A back and forth first half. Notre Dame led by 13. UConn now leads by 7. Let's go to Holly Rowe.
Well, Azure, your team was down by 10, which is unusual for UConn when you entered the game. How do you feel like you changed the complexion of this game?
I think we just settled down, honestly. We were really rushed in the beginning. And when we got in our sets and we played some defense, things started working out.
It's so seldom you play from behind. How did you see the fight and the spirit come out in your teammates just now?
I mean, we just had a battle, you know, it's not easy. We're in the Final Four, these are the best 4 teams here, and so nothing comes easy at this point in the year. So it's just cool to have that fight and hustle to get us back in the game.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Holly, you picked the most impactful player in that first half to talk to. Plus 13 when Azure Stevens was on the floor. It's plus 7 for UConn at halftime. Let's go +3 with Maria, Andy, and Nell. 13 with her on the floor. Moments ago, Holly Rowe is with Notre Dame's Jackie Young.
Jackie, your team got off to such a great start. What did you do to find your offensive rhythm early in this game, 13 points?
Yeah, I think I just came out being aggressive. They were leaving me open from the start, and I hit my first shot, and I was able to get going from there.
UConn went on that big run to end the half, so what does your team have to do to get back in that groove?
Yeah, they're a great team. We knew they were going to eventually throw us a punch, and that's what happened, but we just have to come out ready to play the second half.
Thank you, Jackie.
Thank you.
Notre Dame, a team that Muffet McGraw told us we have to be really careful defensively in the first half with how we defend, and they can change things up at the half if they go in without foul trouble. As you see Collier getting out in transition, you saw the numbers on the screen. They have been much better defensively in second halves. It allows them to trap more off of screens. They're back in the zone that we saw early in the game, but we'll see if they take any chances.
Well, the thing I'm looking for here early for Notre Dame is how Jess Shepard looks. Her movement on both ends of the floor.
Landed very awkwardly on her ankle or foot back in that first half. Shepard's been hampered by ankle injuries most of the season. During the regular year, Muffet McGraw would limit her minutes, but in the NCAA tournament, she's averaging 34 minutes a game. Collier. He's got the first 4 out of the gate for UConn.
Paint continues to be a problem for Notre Dame on the defensive end.
Westbelt with the save to Shepard. A dozen for Jessica Shepard, the transfer from Nebraska. Nurse late in the clock. Mabry for Westbeld. Almost lost her footing. Ended up hitting the deck, but saving the ball. Mabry using her size. She wanted a foul on that too. Williams out to Nurse. First three-pointer for one of the top 10 three-point shooters in the country.
It's been a challenge for Kia Nurse offensively tonight. She's had some quality looks. Missed 2 bunnies, 2 easy layups.
Young, just a little bit of space. Not much of a three-point shooter this season. She's made 2 of her 11 this year in this game. And it's Notre Dame ball.
Well, Jackie Young was such great promise last season, but she was disappointed with how she played. So she got in the weight room. She has added solid muscle. She's got her body fat down from almost 17% to just 12% right now. She's starting to tap into her own potential. I think she is starting to realize just how effective she can be.
From a mental standpoint, it is very difficult to continually get open shots and have a team play a depressed man or zone against you and know that that's what they want to give up. And you step up and say, okay, you're going to give this up to me, I'm going to make you pay. And that's exactly what Jackie Young has done tonight. They have taken away Mabry. They have taken away Ogunbowale. And she said, you know what, I can help, I can carry the offense. Just a 5-point deficit for the Irish because of the play of Jackie Young.
And these runs for Notre Dame have come when Azrae Stevens has not been in the game. So
yeah.
you wonder how much longer before she's inserted into the lineup.
Stevens only plays about 20 minutes per game. She did play 12 in the first half. but she's one of the more efficient players, not just for UConn, but really in the country.
Gina Oriamis says sometimes this hesitation to put her in, as you mentioned in the first half, was who do I take out? And if that player's Crystal Dangerfield, that removes a three-point shooter, but tonight she's 0 for 6 from the floor.
Get Up premieres on Monday at 7 a.m. Eastern Time on ESPN. Our brand new morning show with our good friends Mike Greenberg, Michelle Beadle, and Jalen Rose. Also available on the ESPN app. We'll see you on Monday morning. Good defense by Shepard on the interior. And it's Notre Dame ball. Young was looking for Shepard. Threw it away.
And she got caught. And you dribble into traffic and you pick the ball up. And she just got hurried a little bit.
Collier trying to dump it down. Here's Ogunbowale. Young saved it. Westbeld rescued it. Ogunbowale buried it.
What hustle by Jackie Young. This is one of the best games that I've seen her play.
Samuelson a deep three. Her fourth triple of the game. Shepard. Beautiful pass to Westbeld. Moving pretty good on that ankle.
Muffet McGraw has to be thrilled with the way her team has responded so far in this third quarter.
Williams to Collier with a great dime. Collier already with 6 in the quarter. And Gabby Williams filling up the stat sheet. Here is Young. Got the rebound, had it blocked by Collier, but a foul is called on UConn. 4-point game in a fabulous semifinal. Tonight, and 2 of 9 from the floor.
And she's a really big deal in Canada. In fact, I'm not sure if it's just because of her, but I have a feeling it is that TSN, the kind of ESPN of Canada, started carrying all of the women's basketball tournament games just so people could see Kia Nurse. She's the starting guard on the Canadian national team. And she said that as she leaves UConn, she wants her legacy to be that she became an all-around player, a complete player, winning the WBCA Defensive Player of the Year this year. I think she can say that is mission accomplished.
She and Gabby Williams, the 2 seniors on the floor. They've been challenged by Notre Dame tonight. It's been a great game so far. Williams just grazed the rim. That reset the shot clock, and it's out of bounds to UConn.
Now that's unlucky for Notre Dame because that was a heck of a defensive possession by the Irish to scramble and get a contested shot.
Azrae Stevens is out on the floor. Major impact in this game for Connecticut. Nurse will take the 3. Rebound by Young. Mabry forced one up and knocked it down.
So much confidence that oozes off of Marina Mabry. Her belief in herself and her belief in her team.
Notre Dame in front for the first time in the second half. There's Stevens. Draws the foul.
Such a difference. And with her length, Jessica Shepard played pretty good defense, but Azare is able to shoot over her. 6'6" on 6'4", faces her up. Nice and one by Azare Stevens.
Well, I understand Jess Shepard is not trying to pick up the foul, but more physical on the catch.
Yeah.
With Azare, right? I mean, that's your advantage with her. Not when she drives, but a little bit push her and fight for that position maybe a little bit more.
Then when Azare gets the catch, her advantage is to face up, right? And use the quickness, but to your point, make her catch it farther away.
Yes, yes.
Well, we talked about that with post players. 2 feet in the paint on the catch, you're in trouble on defense more often than not. Another efficient night for Stevens in the NCAA tournament. Ogunbowale, the rainbow three. And a steal. Samuelson with the rebound. Dangerfield could not save it.
The word I'd use to describe Arike Ogunbowale is mercurial, unpredictable. She can get hot in a hurry, and she can change the game. She has that ability.
They call her the closer. Arike Ogunbowale has been prone to slow starts, including against UConn in December. She started that game 0 for 7, but oftentimes she explodes in the second half.
She's one of those players that a missed shot does not affect her next field goal attempt.
Not shy. Well, that's a nice lead pass from the top for Stevens.
What a response by Notre Dame in the third quarter. They staggered into halftime. And UConn went on one of their patented long runs, and Notre Dame has responded.
Tierra McCowan, after a Final Four record 25 rebounds to help lead Mississippi State to an overtime win against Louisville. They await the winner of UConn and Notre Dame. Kobe and Vanessa are in the house. We'll have the championship on Sunday night.
Hey man, game recognizes
Hey,
game.
no doubt. Stevens pulling her way inside against Nelson. Mabry. Over the top of the backboard. Still 2.1 left in the quarter. Dangerfield. Ooh, came close. Nobody has seen Gino Auriemma more on the floor than Muffet McGraw and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. The rivalry has been intense for many years. It has lived up to the billing tonight so far.
So right out of the gates, trying to get Azare Stevens one-on-one on the block against Nelson. A little cross screen, and Nelson blows up the key on their screen and picks up the foul.
First second of the game. Jackie Young using that length. Dangerfield's open. Too strong. Did not hit the rim. The shot clock at 8. Samuelson in traffic, called for the offensive foul. Nelson stepped in.
So remember, along the baseline, excellent job by Nelson. For her to slide laterally and get in place of Katie Lou.
Using that baseline as a second defender, essentially. Right?
Yep.
Missed the shot, Shepard the board. We'll stay here.
Uh-oh, Gabby Williams is...
Yeah. Karen Priato went over there to see if she was all right. Let's see here. On the way down, ooh, elbow towards the face. It was on the way down, it's incidental contact. It's not as if she was trying to clear space out. Another dime drop by the post. That was big to big, Shepard and Nelson. Williams to the bench. Looked like she had just told Gino Auriemma, I'm fine. We'll see how long she sits out. Collier, easy look.
Collier got that look because Azrae Stevens on the block had a defender in front and behind of her. Behind her, they have to double team her now.
Shepard against Stevens. Denied that time. Physical play down low. Collier again.
Nafisa Collier's efficiency and her ability to make shots, contested shots in the paint, has been a key characteristic of this UConn team on the offensive end.
Her favorite shot's that little fadeaway.
Mabry again. Another player who has not been shy to shoot. She was rock solid in the first 2 weekends of the tournament. A little tougher go tonight for Marina Mabry. Stevens. Nelson draws a second charge. And how about this? Chris Daly has to hold Gino Auriemma back. He is screaming at Michael McConnell, who was the baseline official there. Still John. Shepard to Young, who traveled. This is the charge. Now she's the primary defender, so pay no attention to the restricted area. That is involved with a secondary defender. If you're the primary defender, the restricted area does not matter.
And Stevens lowered her shoulder. That was an offensive foul.
Yeah, that's the right call. Dangerfield spots up and connects. Her first field goal and points tonight. Ogunbowale. Boy, Nelson making an impact with the offensive rebound. A foul against UConn.
He didn't like the call?
Well, we can ask him about it. We'll see.
Oh, the acceleration on CD off the bench. It's impressive. Women's Basketball Hall of Famer for good reason.
That's right. Chris Daly, her 32nd year as an assistant for Gino Auriemma, will be inducted into the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame on June 9th. Hall of Famers all over the place. Ogunbowale.
Boy, did Notre Dame need that.
Yep.
You start to wonder, the 8 points of separation, does that start to hurry them a little bit, or get them a little bit desperate? It's a big-time shot.
Kick here. Shot clock resets to 15. Williams still on the bench. Dangerfield again. Rebounded by Stevens. Shepard off the bottom of the rim, or backboard rather. Jackie Young on the second action draws the foul.
Jessica Shepard has super glue on those hands. With some of the passes that she's been able to corral and keep in play and pass along to somebody else. Pivotal piece.
You don't often look at a player with her frame and expect them to have as good hands and as good feet as she does. She's got guard-like skills when she catches and passes the basketball.
Williams will come back in for Dangerfield.
Well, you talk about Jessica Shepard, and every single member of this team says we would not be here in the Final Four if it wasn't for her. And it is a miracle that she got cleared. She was a transfer from Nebraska. She should have sat out this year, but a waiver approved by the NCAA allowed her to play. She didn't find out that she would be eligible for this season until the day of their first exhibition game. She was out on the floor going through a workout. Their compliance person ran out and said she's cleared, and she has been the factor for them ever since to get them here to the Final Four.
Hours before that exhibition opener, Holly, that's when she found out. Incredible. She had 5 consecutive double-doubles until the Elite Eight against Oregon, where she had 18 and 9. Stevens in and out. There'll be a jump ball called, and it'll go the other way to Notre Dame.
One thing to note if you're Notre Dame, stay aggressive offensively. 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, you are in the bonus. Every foul that UConn commits from this point forward, you'll be going to the line for 2 free throws.
Young through Samuelson and one. Notre Dame not going away. It's a 3-point game. Don't you dare go away halfway through the fourth. Holly, Rebecca, Kara, Adam, we've all had a ball tonight. An overtime win for Mississippi State over Louisville in our first semi, and an excellent game between Notre Dame and UConn in our second. 2-point game. Katie Lou Samuelson has 4 fouls for UConn. Jackie Young with a career-high performance tonight.
Well, guys, in that last time out, that Notre Dame bench is so confident. The players were barking at each other, telling each other, we got this, we got this. Muffin McGraw got in the huddle and talked about the importance of rebounding. They are starting to lose ground there. UConn up 35-27 in that category. So rebounding, and then they also drew up some stuff and showed Arike Ogunbowale and Marina Maybury stuff where they are open more. Let them get looking for their shots. They are the scorers on this team. They need to do a little bit better.
Secure the ball, and that's exactly what happened on that play. Unfortunate break for Notre Dame.
Collier got it to go.
That's a big missed defensive rebound. So it's a 1-possession game. You get a stop, you force a Gabby Williams jump shot, and the length of Azare Stevens helps create an extra chance. Oh,
Meanwhile, Kia Nurse was already face guarding Marina Mabry while the free throw was being taken.
Westbell, the Ohio native, with a big bucket.
Smart to attack Katie Lou Samuelson off the bounce. She is in foul trouble with 4.
Stevens made some contact with Young. Westbell with the rebound. Jackie Young, 1-point game. Gabby Williams said that she could not bring herself to watch the film of that game. She was inches away from blocking that Morgan Williams attempt. She just could not bring herself to watch it. That has been what has driven Gabby Williams and the UConn Huskies to try to get back to the national championship game. This has been a heavyweight fight with Notre Dame tonight. Mabry with the interception off the inbound. Ogunbowale for the lead. Four to shoot. Nurse to Samuelson. Shot clock violation.
Incredible defensive possession by Notre Dame. Every dribble was challenged. The shot was challenged. Everything was taken away. The Irish with a 1-point lead.
Westbell couldn't get it to go. In the hands of the senior Kia Nurse. Point guard for the Canadian national team with 2 minutes to go. Four to shoot. Williams steps up and hits to put UConn in front. Young, foul called before the shot attempts. Both teams are in the bonus though.
How great has this been tonight?
Man.
I mean, overtime in the first game, a 3 late to tie it, and Notre Dame. We talked about 4 ACL injuries, a depleted roster, and this group has come in and gone toe-to-toe with UConn, the best team in the country all season long.
A career night for the best scorer, boys or girls, in Indiana high school history. Notre Dame by 1. Stolen by Westbell.
Smart by Notre Dame to pull it out there.
Approaching a minute to go. Going to take some time off. Shot clock to 5. Jackie Young. It's out of bounds. Still at this end of the floor, 1 on the shot clock.
I thought it might have glazed the rim. I thought that the trajectory changed.
I thought it was from hitting the backboard.
Ogunbowale hits to beat the buzzer. Lisa Jones and Michael McConnell are at the replay table to make sure that the shot got off before the shot clock hit 0, clearly in the air before the clock goes to 0. That's a good basket. 19 for the junior from Milwaukee, Arike Ogunbowale, the leading scorer in the ACC. Our Capital One rewarding performance, Jackie Young with the performance of a lifetime.
UConn picked who they wanted to leave open. UConn decided who they thought was the path of least resistance on the offensive end. And Jackie Young has had an answer for them in every part of this game. What a performance by the sophomore. 29 points, a career high. This game has been marked by efficiency and toughness, and she has carried the Irish on her shoulders offensively.
Jackie Young on the season was 26% from the three-point line, so you understand the game plan coming in. The young player has just stepped up.
Now, Michael McConnell did come over to us. There was a clock adjustment. They added 0.5 to the clock, so it's at 44.8. That's why it took a little extra time. 2 timeouts for Notre Dame, 2 timeouts for UConn. A 3-point Notre Dame lead.
Right now for Connecticut, it's tough. These last 44.8, if you get into a situation where you need to foul Notre Dame is perfect from the line today.
And the one player that can't foul in a time situation is Katie Lou Samuelson with 4 fouls, your best 3-point shooter on the team.
Here's Samuelson. They get it to Stevens. Crowd wanted to travel. 8 on the shot clock. Samuelson lost it. Timeout for Notre Dame. Their ball. Possession arrow belongs to UConn. 21.3 to go.
A lot can happen in 21.3. I understand Notre Dame's exuberance because they played a whale of a game for the first 39 minutes and 39 seconds. But you have to focus on the simple things if you're Notre Dame. Inbounding the ball, making free throws because UConn does have to foul, and staying sharp on your assignments defensively.
And that's where Notre Dame has been so good down the stretch. Muffet McGraw saying what separates us from the other 3 teams in the Final Four is we're not very good defensive team. Well, they've been a very good defensive team tonight.
The commitment, that's the word that she used, Muffet McGraw. Committing to the zone, committing on the defensive end. Foul on the inbound. Will send Notre Dame to the free throw line.
What was that before the ball was even inbounded? I don't know if they'll put back 21.3.
I think that's what Lisa Jones and Michael McConnell might be taking a look at here. Arike Ogunbowale, an 80% free throw shooter at the line. The foul was the second on Gabby Williams.
Wow, sure looked like to me the foul occurred before someone touched it.
Every 10th of a second.
It matters.
A game like this is important.
Oh, there we go. 21.3.
Yep.
Okay.
Right back.
And you can do that in the college game as long as it's part of the play.
Two-possession game. Timeout, UConn. Round 48 between Gino Auriemma and Muffet McGraw has been a knockdown, drag-out fight tonight.
That's a worried look on Brianna Stewart's face. And a lot of UConn fans in the arena. Not used to seeing their team down this late in the game. Not used to seeing their team out executed at times during this game.
Dangerfield. Will kick it out for the three from Collier. Knocks it down. 2-point game, 15 seconds left. Timeout from Muffet McGraw. That's the last Notre Dame timeout with 15 seconds remaining. UConn has not lost since last year's Final Four. Gabby Williams and Kia Nurse talked to us about getting back to try to make it to the national championship game. The theme for this UConn team this season has been redemption. Nurse and Williams have been at the forefront of the charge, but right now, their careers and the season for UConn hanging in the balance.
A lot of time left, 15 seconds. Gabby Williams and Kia Nurse, their mark has been made on this program on the defensive end of the floor. I think that's what I've appreciated about watching them play. A lot can happen, and with Notre Dame calling their last timeout, much like the end of the Louisville-Mississippi State game, there is no safety net here for the Irish. They have to get the basketball in, and that job is going to fall on Jessica Shepard to make a sound decision and do so in less than 5 seconds.
Marina Mabry called that timeout, and I'm not certain that Muffet McGraw wanted her to.
Katie Lou Samuelson will check in. Stevens may have been late getting to the scorer's table. She wanted to check in, but Samuelson has to stay on the floor with 4 fouls. Knocked away by Nurse to tie it. 11 seconds left. No timeouts for Notre Dame. Here's Shepard. Lost it off of her foot. 3.6 to go. UConn basketball.
You see, Shepard has the time in her head and is looking to go and knows she needs to go quickly, and just the errant bounce off of her foot.
Kara, you talked about it. Coming out of the timeout, Kia Nurse and Gabby Williams have made their mark on the defensive end. 2 plays in a row. Kia Nurse, you see it here with the steal and the score to tie the ball game. And then going the other way, Gabby Williams making her mark on the defensive end.
The last 2 National Defensive Players of the Year, Williams and Nurse. Here's Kia's parents. Kara, I'll go back to quoting you. When 21 seconds was left on the clock, You said a lot can happen.
A lot can happen, and you can see why Muffet McGraw didn't want that final timeout called. Because if Notre Dame has one timeout left and Jess Shepard doesn't like the look, she can call it. If Notre Dame has one timeout left on the UConn make, Muffet McGraw can call it, advance, and organize her team for a shot, for a game-winning shot with a tie ball game. Not having a timeout 2 different ways in those possessions hurt Notre Dame.
Keep your eye on the inbounder.
To Williams. No good! How about another overtime in the Final Four?
Clear out for Gabby Williams to get the quick shot inside, gets it off in plenty of time, falling away, can't get it to fall.
And now, big, deep breath. Put 5 minutes on the clock again.
Here are some of the emotions for either team, and let's start with the Irish because they're the team that needs to regroup from a mental standpoint first. You have the lead. You have the game seemingly won, and then it slips out of your grasp. Short memory, focus on what's to come in the 5 minutes, and don't allow the lost lead at the end of regulation to become a loss, a game loss in overtime.
Connecticut in the exact same position they were a year ago. Overtime in the semifinal game.
UConn's first overtime game since last year's Final Four. Notre Dame's second overtime game of the season. UConn has never won an overtime game in the NCAA tournament. And it's the first time in the 37-year history of the NCAA Women's Championship that both semifinal games are going to overtime. How lucky are we tonight? '79 up, Young and Williams for the tip. Samuelson fighting for it with Mabry. Let's see what the call here is. Michael McConnell looking back towards the scorer's table, talking with Lisa Jones about it. Nobody had possession. The possession arrow at the start of overtime resets, just like it is at the beginning of the game. So if there is no established possession, you re-jump it. But the time does come off the clock. Notre Dame has it. Ogunbowale. Rebounded by Young. Shepard flies in and draws the foul from Williams.
Katie Lou Samuelson was inside, but there was little she could do because she's playing with those 4 fouls.
She is the only player in this game that has 4 personal fouls, Katie Lou Samuelson. The fouls do carry over from the 4th quarter into overtime, so both teams remain in the bonus. Stevens comes in for Dangerfield. How about the Irish at the line tonight? First miss. Nurse, nobody picked her up, so she buries a 3. Eighth in the country in 3-point percentage this year, Nurse. Look at this matchup. Ogunbowale against Williams.
That seemed to go in by the force of sheer will.
Goodness. A hard-earned 23 for Ogunbowale tonight. The double on Stevens. Mabry the rebound. Mabry to Shepard for the lead.
Back and forth, back and forth.
11 lead changes, Kayla. Collier. Shepard has the rebound. And a double-double tonight. Ogunbowale against Nurse. That's the matchup Kara pointed out right at the top. And Ogunbowale draws the foul.
She had Marina Mabry wide open on the left wing for a three-point shot, and I know that she was locked in on the rim and wanted to go one-on-one. I'm sure that was a foul by Kia Nurse. Looked like Ogunbowale initiated that contact with her left arm, but gets herself to the free throw line.
On the other end, Connecticut's put themselves in a disadvantageous position when Notre Dame can get out in transition, and Katie Lou Samuelson is one of the defenders back. It's like not having a defender back because she can't be in that situation.
Dangerfield, Samuelson, Collier, Williams, and Nurse.
Eugene coach with Crystal Dangerfield wants to have another shooter on the floor for some better spacing.
Dangerfield floats it and hits it. Halfway through overtime in a two-point game. Winner to the national championship. It's Williams watching Ogunbowale. Arike denied. Dangerfield settles it down. Collier can't get it to fall. Williams tried to knock it away from Young and got called for the foul, her fourth.
You can try and challenge Gabby Williams off the dribble. Look at this play, and got her on the hand a little bit. Oh. You can see why Arike was a little frustrated and was a little slow to get down the court, but Arike Ogunbowale, Jackie Young, those two players have taken the challenge of driving to the hole against the aggressive perimeter defense by Connecticut. And I think that's a big reason why Notre Dame was in the bonus with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and why they've been able to win the free throw attempt battle against Connecticut.
4-point lead for the Irish. 31 for Jackie Young tonight. Dangerfield to Nurse for three. Rebounded by Shepard. 65 seconds to go. Punch after punch after punch delivered by these two teams tonight. Ogunbowale in traffic. Shepard. Young off the rim, but a foul.
Remember where this game was just a short 5 minutes ago. Notre Dame with a lead. Notre Dame with an opportunity to extend that lead as we see Jackie Young continue her relentless play, and they weren't able to close it out in regulation. Will the overtime be different?
Led by 5 late in the fourth. UConn came back to tie it. Gino Auriemma has that one overtime timeout to use, and he will use it with 43.4 remaining. What a game, what a night. Vic Schaefer,
he's been knocked out.
So are you talking about Vic or are you talking about the kid?
Both. They're both asleep.
A classic in overtime. Vic prepping for the winner of this Notre Dame UConn slugfest after his team needed extra time to beat Louisville.
This has been college basketball at its best. The 4 best teams in the country. All 4 #1 seeds make their way to Columbus, and they have given us 2 epic games.
Here is Collier. Clean look. 3-point game, 38 seconds left. And Kia Nurse picks up a quick foul. That'll be the 4th on Kia Nurse now. She, Williams, and Samuelson all have 4. Hooked under the arm there.
And UConn clearly trying to extend the game. That's a big miss.
Rare one at that. The first for Ogunbowale tonight. Still make it a 2-possession game. Missed it. Samuelson the rebound. Samuelson covered up. Dangerfield to tie the game. Got it! One timeout left for Notre Dame. Who wants it? It'll be a timeout for Muffet McGraw with 14.6 remaining in overtime.
Transition, off the missed free throw. Notre Dame not able to match up. And Crystal Dangerfield. You want to talk about the guts on this player, the sophomore point guard, the improvement she's made from her freshman to sophomore campaign. There was no hesitation, and that shot was true. True in the overtime with a national championship berth on the line.
1 for 7 from 3, Crystal Dangerfield was before she stepped into that one.
Now you would think in this moment it'd be Jackie Young or Arike Ogunbowale, the 2 players that have been able to break down UConn's defense time and time again and finish with a defender on them. But remember what happened in this situation. Side out, no timeout, and Notre Dame turned it over. Securing the basketball with no safety net of a timeout, that's the most important thing right now.
Jackie Young will inbound. Shepard, Ogunbowale, Mabry, Westbell. The 5 for the Irish. Shepard. Mabry. 10 seconds to go for a trip to the national championship. Ogunbowale. Good! 1 second remaining. No timeouts for UConn. Williams down the floor. Samuelson. Notre Dame with the win. Off to the title game.
most confident player on Notre Dame's team is Arike Ogunbowale. You give her all the responsibility, and she comes through with all of it, every single one of it. Arike, the real one for the Irish.
An absolute classic. The most stressful yet rewarding season of Muffet McGraw's career continues into the national championship. It's heartbreak for the Huskies and on to the finals for Notre Dame. Sports Center is next. More from Columbus. Stay tuned.
With under 5 seconds to play in this game, you got the ball in your hand, and you took your time. There was 1 second left when you launched that shot. What went through your mind as you took it?
I know I just had to shoot it at the last minute. I mean, I didn't want to give them a chance to get the ball, and I went into Mamba mentality. Kobe's here, so that's what I tried to channel.
You took your time, though. There was such calm in your demeanor. Why did you take such great care with that shot?
I mean, I practice this all the time. I mean, it's everybody's dream to get a game-winning shot, so you practice this in the gym when you're by yourself, so I was prepared for this moment.
Everybody around the country gets intimidated when they play UConn. You don't. Your team does not. Why not?
I mean, we treat it like any other game. They're a great team. We're a great team, and there's no need for us to be scared of anybody.
As player after player went down for your team, you're shorthanded. Why did the expectations never change for this group?
I mean, Coach McGraw recruits players that are made for this moment. I mean, we're all hungry to win, so it was nothing to lose players. We knew we had a great group still.
You are on to the national championship game, Arike. What does that sound like to you?
It's crazy. That's why I came to the school to get a chance at this, and I'm just super excited.
I know your whole family's here in the stands. What does this mean to do it in front of your whole family?
I mean, it's amazing. My family came out to support, and I don't know, it's just crazy. I don't even know what to say.
I know you haven't had time to absorb this, but as you look forward to Mississippi State, can you win the national championship now that you have that matchup?
I mean, we're hungry. We're ready for anybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's go.